everyone. In the last video I have talked about the cell cycle checkpoints, and now I am going to discuss about the proteins that operates in this cell cycle. The name of the proteins, the name given to these proteins are cyclin dependent protein kinases. So these are the proteins that operates in the cell cycle checkpoints, and they regulates the entire process. They regulates the process of cell cycle. These proteins are cyclin dependent protein kinases. So as the name suggests, these are basically protein kinase. Protein kinase are those proteins. The kinase means those proteins that have a function of transferring phosphate group from one protein to another. Right. So these kinases are phosphotransferring proteins. Which means what are their function? They will transfer a phosphate group to a protein, and that protein will be in turn phosphorylated. So this phosphorylation is carried out by kinases, and the activity of this kinase depends on another protein which is called cyclin. Activity of kinases depends on the another protein which is called cyclin. So if this is a cyclin and this is a protein kinase, so the protein kinase will only activated when it is bound with a cyclin partner. Otherwise the protein kinase is not active. Only protein kinase not active. Only PK not active. PK plus cyclin active. So this is the case. The activity of the cyclin, the activity of the protein kinase depends on the presence of its cyclin partner. Now CDKs or cyclin dependent protein kinases have catalytic activity. As I have already said that these are phosphotransferring proteins, and they will transfer a phosphate group to another protein, and in this way they regulate the action of other proteins. So kinases phosphorylate other proteins. Say it is protein 1. Suppose this is protein 1. This is protein 1. So this kinase will transfer a phosphate group to this protein 1. Initially this protein 1 is inactive. Suppose this protein is inactive initially. Now the kinase protein transfers a phosphate group to this protein. Phosphate group transferred. Phosphate group transferred, and now as the protein is phosphorylated, it becomes active. It becomes active and it carries out its respective function. So in this way, the kinase protein phosphorylates other protein, and these proteins are activated and perform their respective tasks. So in this way, the proteins present in the cell cycle are activated by kinases, and the activity of these kinases depends on what? Depends on cyclin molecule or cyclin protein. Now coming to the protein cyclin. Cyclins are proteins the concentration of which fluctuates in a cyclical manner throughout the cell cycle. So if we consider a cell cycle, if we draw a graph of cell cycle, what will it look like? So this is a graph, and this is the concentration of cyclin. This is the concentration of cyclin, and this is G1, this is G2, this is S, this is G2, this is M, and this is the next, it is G1 of the next cycle. So this is the graph. This is cell cycle 1, first round of cell cycle, and from where second round begins. So if we consider the function of a cyclin that have function in S phase, that means cyclins having function in S phase means these cyclins will bind to its CDK partner in S phase, and this will in turn activate proteins. Like we know that what happens in S phase, the DNA of the cell replicates. So these cyclin CDK complex will activate proteins that will have functions in DNA replication. That means the DNA polymerases, DNA helicases, all these proteins will be activated. The replication complex will get accumulated in the origin of replication and the replication will begin. So all the entire process of DNA replication will be activated by the presence of this cyclin CDK complex that is activated in S phase. So the graph will look like that. The concentration of the cyclin will vary like uh, the concentration of the cyclin will vary like this. That means the concentration will rise in the S phase and will go down. So the graph will look like this. The concentration of the cyclin will be lower during the G1 phase because it is not required in G1 phase. The concentration will start rising in the late G1 phase. So because the cell is now preparing for DNA replication, so the proteins are required. For this reason, the concentration will go up during the S phase and will again go down after the completion of the S phase. And the cyclin concentration will not rise in the same cycle again. It will again rise during the S phase of the next cell cycle. So for this reason, this cyclical fluctuation of the concentration of a particular cyclin is, for this reason, the name of the protein is called cyclin because it fluctuates in a cyclical manner. So like this, I just talked about an S phase cyclin, the cyclin that is activated in S phase. Now there are many cyclins like the cyclins that have functions in G1, that have function in G2, that have function in M. So there are multiple cyclin CDK partners that have their respective roles during different phases of cell cycle. So in that particular phase only, the concentration of that cyclin complex will rise only in that phase of the cell cycle. And after the completion of that phase, the concentration will again drop. So for this reason, the name of the protein is cyclin. So we have learnt about cyclin. Now, the cyclin molecule does not have a catalytic property of itself. That means cyclin is catalytically inactive. Cyclin is catalytically inactive, but the CDK protein, CDK have a catalytic activity. Cyclin is inactive catalytically, but CDK have catalytic action. So this CDK molecule alone cannot perform its function. It does have a function, but it cannot perform the function without the help of cyclin. So for the functioning of CDK protein, this cyclin protein is essential. So whenever the CDK is bound with cyclin, it is activated and it can carry out its function. And what are the functions? This CDK molecule transfers a phosphate group to a target protein and activates that protein. So this molecule, the overall complex, will function by phosphorylating other proteins, which are called target proteins. So this cyclin CDK will activate other target proteins by phosphorylating them. And these target proteins have their function during any one of the phases of cell cycle. That means this target protein may get activated during the S phase or during the G1 phase or G2 phase or M phase, during which the function is needed. So only in that particular phase, these target proteins will be activated. And now comes the regulation part. We have seen that a target protein is activated. Target protein is activated. So it is carrying out its function. Say suppose it has a function in G1 phase. So it has a function in G1 phase and it has performed its function. And now the cell is progressing to the next phase of the cell cycle. The cell is now proceeding to the S phase. its function is over. So after the completion of their function, this target protein must be inactivated. Otherwise, if the target protein remains active, it will be destructive for the cell. So in order to regulate the action of the protein, the target protein must be inactivated. So how the protein is inactivated? There are multiple ways by which this protein can be inactivated. So we have seen that this target protein was activated by phosphorylation, right? So the target protein was initially phosphorylated. So by removing the phosphate group, the target protein can be deactivated. So one mechanism of inactivation of target protein might be dephosphorylation. So dephosphorylation can be a method of inactivating the target protein, and there are other ways also, because the target protein was activated by what proteins? By which proteins? By the cyclin CDK proteins. So these are the proteins, the cyclin CDK protein. These proteins are responsible for the activation of this target protein. So the source must be destroyed, otherwise this target protein may again get reactivated. So in order to inactivate this cyclin CDK complex, the cyclin must be detached from the CDK partner. The CDK must get detached from the cyclin, right? So how, by what means it can be detached from the cyclin? The method by which the target protein can be inactivated is by degradation of the cyclin molecule and action of a CDK inhibitory protein. So we have seen that how the cyclin CDK complex activates the target protein. So by inactivating the cyclin CDK complex can be a means of inactivating the target protein. So how the cyclin CDK complex can be inactivated? It can be inactivated if the cyclin and the CDK partners are detached. Association of cyclin and CDK causes the activation of target protein. So if we detach the cyclin CDK complex, the target protein will itself get deactivated, right? So by what means we can detach the cyclin and the CDK partner? The first means is by degrading the cyclin partner. So if cyclin molecule is degraded, the CDK will itself become deactivated. Cyclin is responsible for the activation of CDK. Cyclin was responsible for the activity of CDK. If cyclin is destroyed, if this is destroyed, this CDK will get inactivated. If cyclin is destroyed, CDK will become inactivated. So this destruction of cyclin can be a means of inactivating the target protein. And another way is by which a CDK inhibitory protein blocks the association of the cyclin CDK complex. So a CDK inhibitory protein, CDK inhibitory means the protein will inactivate, this protein will bind to and inhibit the action of CDK protein. So CDK inhibitory protein will bind to CDK molecule and it will cause a conformational change. That means it will change the shape of the protein. It will change the shape of the CDK protein, and as a result it will get detached from the cyclin. So this was the case. The cyclin was bound to CDK and the CDK was active. It was activating a target protein. Now a CDK inhibitory protein comes and binds to CDK like that. CDK inhibitory protein binds to CDK. What will happen? The shape of the CDK molecule will change and the association of CDK with the cyclin will resolve. It can no longer associate with the cyclin molecule. So it is detached. So if the cyclin and the CDK is detached, the activity of the CDK molecule will also stop, and in turn the target protein will also get deactivated. So these are the ways by which the target protein is regulated by cyclin CDK complex. and we can regulate the cyclins, and the cyclin CDK complex itself is regulated. So this is the entire process.